Hi, good morning, friends. So today I want to talk about in this video that how do I keep my insulin requirements low. As you know that I am type 1 diabetes and I've been on insulin from almost 10 or 11 years. Since last 10, 11 years I'm on insulin. Initially my dosage was really, when I was detected, the dosage was not that high, but slowly the dosage went really high and it got to a level where I was taking almost 100 units a day. And then with the with a lot of studies and my own research and a lot of changes which I have done, so I have reduced my dosage a lot. So right now I'm almost 35 to 40 units a day, which is almost the same as any individual who's a healthy individual who doesn't have a type 1 diabetes is on. His body makes around 30-40 units a day. I face on a healthy diet. So I'm on same almost the same units. And my last HbA1c came around 6.5 to 7%, or if you say I live in New Zealand right now, so it's around 54. So which is a New Zealand standards, but if you look for an Indian standard, then it is around 6.5 to 7, the average, which was the whole 3 months of HbA1, which is decent for a guy who's suffering from a diabetes. And so what I do for bringing all this the insulin dosage which I take from outside, inject from outside, low. So the thing is, I take a mixable insulins. I do not take individual. So I take a insulin, like mixable means where I can mix a long acting into a short acting, and I take them together in one dosage, and then I just take two doses in the whole day. And obviously this is just, it is not a recommendation, it is not advice. I'm just telling you my own experience. Your body is different, your way of living is different. So whatever you are on, you should consult a doctor before doing anything. It's not a advice or not a consultation. It's just what I'm telling you my experiences. So, and how I take it. So I take the one which is a long acting and short acting. You mix them together, and then I just take them as one dosage. One in the morning, like when during the time when I wake up, and the second one is in the after lunch. Again the same way, but I do not take anything after that. These are the only two doses. The purpose is because the long acting, like our body needs two kind of responses. One is when you eat a food, you need a fast response in order to cover, like when you eat something and which is majorly carbs, so the body insulin requirement shoots up, it goes high all of a sudden immediately. And because the body produces, if it is heavy in carbs, then there is too much glucose breakdown in the body, and then obviously you need to control that, the rise in glucose or blood sugar level by, so what, who controls it is insulin, which it controls. So that's why you take insulin. So you take short acting, which is like, which catches that immediate rise in insulin and immediate rise in glucose level and catches it immediately and bring it down. And then there is one which is short long acting, which is always there in your body, which your body always have it in the bloodline. So there's always free insulin, which is always like there in your blood, which is when your liver is producing energy or giving out glucose for food to mitochondria or to the cell. So it is when you're not eating, so that food is stored in your liver, a little bit glucose, food in a way of glucose is stored in your liver, which comes out slowly and slowly. So this is where the longer acting insulin comes in place. So the time when you're not eating, so the longer acting insulin keeps that catch on the glucose level, which might go up when you're not eating even. So that's why you take short acting and long acting insulin. What I do is I just mix them together, so it becomes really effective also. And but it can become dangerous because insulin dosage, if not taken properly, can lead to hypoglycemia. I'm not talking about hyper. Hyper means it goes up. Hypo means it goes down your normal blood level, and then obviously you can go into attack mode where you might get a heart attack or some other issues. So that's why you have to be really careful when you design your or decide the way you work on your insulin dosage. So so this is what I do. So I just mix it and take it together, and then take another one after lunch, and I'll tell you the reason. So in the morning I take empty stomach, the mixture of long acting and short acting. See, short acting is really little in amount, and long acting is more in amount. I really rely on longer acting insulin because it's in your blood whole day, so you don't have to worry about it taking insulin shots. And I do not take a lot of carbs. I do not eat carbs. So this is the carbs is the main thing which uh, for which you need insulin for. So but there is always, your body is always producing glucose. If you're not eating carbs, the body will still break down proteins or muscles to make carbs, because there are certain organs which only works with carbs. Or even in the morning, early morning, the blood cortisol level is really high. Cortisol is a hormone which helps you wake up. So the cortisol level is really high. So because to control, and what cortisol does, it increases the level of sugar in the morning. That's why the people who are trying to control their sugar, their early morning sugar is really high because the cortisol level is extremely high. So that's what happens early morning. So that's the cortisol way of working. That's the cortisol hormones way of working. So that's why that's the first dosage I take, which is a corrective dosage, because I know that morning sugar is a little bit higher than what I went to bed with. So I don't go really high when I go sleep. But obviously, whatever the reading is when I'm going to sleep, the early morning reading is higher than the last night reading. So I take a corrective dosage, which is really low in fast acting or short acting insulin, and really a big dosage of longer acting insulin, because longer acting insulin doesn't attack the blood sugar immediately. It does, but it takes a lot of time. But till the time it gets really active and will bring my blood sugar low, I go and eat my lunch. But I do take, so how I start is I do take a small, so this insulin dosage which I told you again, so I just take that in the morning. Then I go for take a caffeine pill, or maybe I take a coffee, black coffee, no milk, nothing. And then I do a cardio. So this cardio and that insulin dosage which I took will bring the insulin glucose level of the blood low. And then I'm trying to get shredded, lose weight. So trying to get to 10% body fat percentage. So then that morning cardio, empty stomach, helps me with the burning fat. But at the same time, the body will use fat as an energy source. And at the same time, I'm not getting hypoglycemia because there is no fast acting insulin. It's very less dosage. But so it will correct my morning blood sugar level, and then obviously it will help me burn fat also at the same time, because I'm doing cardio empty stomach for almost half an hour to 45 minutes. And then I take a protein shake, and then I do a weight training for almost 1 hour again. And after that, I just do a little bit of cardio again, maybe 20 minutes to 30 minutes. And then I'm really hungry. So this is almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I do not eat anything till 1 o'clock. So the first meal which comes is around 1 o'clock or 1:30. And the only thing which I've taken is so far is a protein shake, which is just one scoop of whey protein, creatine, and a little bit of pre-workout, and BCA branch and amino acids. Now after that, once the lunch is, so I take a lunch. My lunch is really less in carbs, just maybe a small bowl of 10, 20 grams or 30 grams of rice. If you see the pictures, my meal before, I've described it, everything, what I eat in the whole day. I've done some changes, but the main meal is still the same. So it's mainly, I fill my stomach with a lot of almonds and walnuts, but I soak them overnight. They germinate, so their toxicity goes away, and anything which is like dirty and anything, it goes away. And I just eat the sprouted almonds and walnuts, but I put them in water for 20, at least 12 hours. And then I eat. That's the main staple for my diet, which helps me fill up. And then eggs. I'm not too big in eating meat these days. I used to eat a lot of meat, but I stopped somehow. I'm eating a lot of eggs at the moment, 6, 7 eggs in a day. And then, so eggs and little bit of rice, some little bit of curry, and a lot of greens, lot of spinach, and a lot of greens, lot of beans, green beans, like whole green beans, and then definitely a lot of nuts. I do not take cut beans because there are cut beans and whole beans. Whole beans are really good. Cut beans increases the sugar a lot. So don't take cut beans if you are diabetic. Just take whole beans. And then after that, I take another protein shake just with my lunch. So, but I do take another my second dose of the day before my lunch, which is similar to what I had in the morning. I do not take high amounts of short acting insulin because that's the main problem which brings you hypoglycemia. If you're doing too much cardio, your chances of going to hypoglycemia is really big. So you don't want to go into hypoglycemia because that's really dangerous for your organs. So I do not take a lot of short acting insulin. Mostly it's long acting insulin. So that's my second dosage, and then with one another protein shake, and then after that I do not eat any carbs. So that's like around 1:30 or 2 I finish my meal, so 2:30 sometime. After that I will have one coffee again, but I won't take any carbs after that at all. If I feel like, and then we reach our dinner time, and so that's the last. I do not eat carbs after that. That's the last. If I go in dinner, I will have some walnuts or mainly almonds, roasted almonds, and just 1 or 2 eggs, and just some days some chicken breast. Otherwise, uh, nothing. Just maybe 3 eggs, and then with some. If I really am craving for carbs, then I will have 2 or 3 of biscuits, and that will give me a satisfaction for my sugar rush or carbs which I want, my body wants, and that's it for the whole day. And then I will check my blood sugar before sleeping, and always check my blood sugar before sleeping. And if it is higher than what I want it to be, then I take a corrective dose. But that corrective dose again is not short acting. It's again little bit more longer acting insulin because it is really slow in the response and goes for longer time. So it will, because I'm doing a lot of cardio during the day, so I do another half an hour cardio before I sleep. So because too much cardio, so the body need for glucose goes really high. So if you're taking too much insulin, it will uh, definitely will bring you in hypostate. So two main things: lot of cardio. I do almost walking. I do not do anything else, running or anything. It's just walking, or maybe a cross train a little bit. So that's the main thing. So this cardio before sleeping, that's really important. And then obviously no carbs in the evening. I do not take, because the more late you take carbs, the more demand for insulin you will have, and then more you might have to inject, or you will wake up with really high blood sugar level, and then the whole day will be messed up, because once you wake up with a really high blood sugar level, it will go stay higher for the whole day. That's the problem with high blood sugar level when you wake up. So try to control it. So the late before sleeping cardio and no carbs after evening is really important to bring the insulin dosage low and keep the blood sugar level also low. If your blood sugar level is not low, not in the right stage, then definitely your organs are in danger. So you need to keep your organs, and then more obviously you will take more insulin from outside, and which will definitely bring you in hypo stage, which is again dangerous. So hope you understand. So keep your blood sugar level check, and try to eat less carbs, more protein. Protein is what I go for, and then evening cardio is really important. I'm not saying about running, just walk for half an hour before you sleep, and don't eat after that. I do not do a lot of snacking. That's it. That's my whole day of 2 meals, and just 2 protein shake. Hope it brought some insight for you, and I'll see you soon for our next video. Thank you so much.